did was incredible. So I'll see what I did. I told him the story, it's a true story. I said, George, I don't think my dad would have ever been that pumped that I became governor, that I ran for president. You know, he died before I was sworn in as governor. I said, I'm sure he wasn't in politics all that much. I said, but if my dad didn't know that I could play on the stage with George Jones, he'd have said, son, I believe you made something out of yourself.
It was great.
That's a good band. You had, and they were all pretty staffed.
They were all just, they ran cameras and they were sound techs. They did all sorts of stuff. And when I first started the show, Fox really didn't want me to do music. They said, well, we can't afford it. And I said, you don't have to pay for it. I said, you got guys all over this building that are musicians. And they said, how do you know that? You haven't even been here. I said, trust me, this is a creative place. There are musicians everywhere. Went into today's high located 24 people who play guitar, keys, vocals. And
Lauren played keyboards,
Yeah.
and she sat in on from time to time.
Yeah.
And one thing I really felt was such an endearing thing about that show was that you would announce the musical guest, and I'd watch the whole show because I was a fan
Yeah.
of yours and what you did. But then I couldn't wait until the musical guest, and you had so many great ones.
I got to play with people I never thought in my life dream I would meet, and I had to sometimes pinch myself, because I'm standing there, there's Andy Williams, or there's B.J. Thomas, or...
And Jimmy Bill on it too, didn't you?
Yeah,
Oh yeah. What song did he do? I was trying to think, was it By the Time We Get to Phoenix? Was that
He did a
one?
medley, he did
Okay.
Up and Away, and the story of that one, there were people who thought it was a drug song, and so they banned it on radio stations all over the country. And his dad called up the Oklahoma City radio station later and said, what do you mean banning my son's song? He said, my son didn't write about drugs. Anyway, it was a neat backstory of how that song eventually
I'll
got
get it
airplay.
since before you guys.
But when it first came out, people thought that the whole Up and Away was this drug thing. And Jimmy said it had nothing to do with drugs. It was, Jimmy was a pretty lame Southern Baptist boy out of Oklahoma. He just wrote this fun little song.
Right, he wrote so many good songs.
He's one of the coolest people to be.
Well, we're gonna get a shot with the band.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
And then we'll get them out of here. You know, all of them, 4, 5 of you over there.
Where are your bases? So,
That's what we did.
Put your bass on. Or maybe a t-shirt. Little River Band.
yeah.
Richard Marx.
Richard Marx.
Oh, man, he's a conservative.
I told him I'll keep this secret.